It was beautiful.
And it was fine. I'm not saying maybe it wasn't the greatest of my life, but it was all fine. And so that's how it showed itself to me. That's how it kind of showed up, is that there was constant battle. This isn't going to work. Yes, it will. This isn't going to work.
Yeah,
yes, it will.
Fight through
and
it.
so I was constantly having to fight.
Let's make a point there, because that is a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you've got it in hand now, but it's still a fight. You still have to make the decision.
And
to
in a
push
hurricane,
through.
yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you were explaining. But you still have to make the decision every time that you are going to press through that.
Yeah.
And be able to.
Well, this is one of the points, is that I think this actually just kind of segues in really well. Is that I think it's actually applies to many things, that, especially negative things that happen in our lives, just in general. But certainly with this, you have to, with anxiety, you will have to fight against it.
Yes.
You will have to fight it. You will have to confront it.
Yes.
Because if you run from it, if you try to avoid it, if you try to mute it, if you try to
deny
it, if you try to numb it,
Yeah.
no, it will literally it will overwhelm you, and you will lose.
Can you talk
I've lost.
Well, I mean, yeah. Can you talk about last year specifically, like what you went through, because it was just.
Well, yeah, because what happened to me is that I had the culmination of those years, this constant thing going on in my mind, and what happened then is that it then started to affect my physical body. And so for that last season, I was constantly sick.
Yeah.
I was never well. I either had sinus infections, or I had the flu, or I had horrible stomach problems, or which I lost a ton of weight. And now what's really funny is I see people and they're in shock because I'm so skinny now, but it's because I was sick.
Yeah.
Now the good news is I'm well now, and I made the decision, okay, I've lost the weight, let's, whatever. But I lost that weight because I was so sick from performance anxiety.
Yes.
It was crazy. So that's what happened. Every production I did, that last season, I was sick for everyone. I had to sing shows. Now, I never canceled, but I was sick almost every performance. I had some kind of problem.
So hard.
And because what was going on in my mind was so powerful that it affected and so there is credence, or there is, I think people generally know that your mind, if you think a certain way, will start to make your body sick.
Yes.
And that's what happened to me.
And I think you talked about, like, you were feeling like you were really striving really hard. And I remember sometimes, because you all know Norman. He's a great singer. He's got a beautiful voice, got a great stage presence. And sometimes there was frustration because some of the big debuts weren't coming in.
Yeah, at times I would have.
I remember,
this was very good advice.
And I remember saying to you, sorry, if you can't conquer this level, I am not.
If you feel like this at this level, why on earth would you want to go to the next one?
I don't want to.
If you feel like this.
Yeah, I don't want to see what's going to happen if you go to Scala and Covent Garden and Met and all of that. In
that way, I would have just been laying in the floor.
Yeah.
It would have been a terrible idea.
It wouldn't have been a triumph. It would have been a curse, because you would be there and
100% right.
And but then it's so funny, because when you're in that moment of striving, there is this mania somehow to, like, get to that level, like it's going to solve something for you, when it's just going to magnify everything more, like your strengths and your weaknesses.
Timing is extraordinarily important.
Yeah, and I remember saying, I don't know.
In general.
I don't usually try to be that.
Hey, Nancy.
That direct, or like that, like.
Well, that was great.
But I was like, no.
No, that was great.
We're shutting this down right about now.
No, it's that's just how it is. That's absolutely true.
Yes.
It was good.
So I mean.
It was good advice. It was good advice.
Yeah. I mean, I've been fortunate, because as I've had to go through difficulties or changes with my voice, I've been, we've talked about this before, so we are repeating a bit, but anyway, I was hidden, so I was able to flop in a practice room, not on the stage of the Zemper Opera or wherever else, Salzburg Festival or whatever. So if there's, of course, the ego frustration that comes with that, because you want to be performing, but I don't have those sort of traumatic experiences from performing built up the way Norman does, because he's had to carry a major career for almost 15 years. And that's not a small thing. Any of you that are watching or that will watch this who have done the same, you know what that does to you psychologically, mentally, physically, everything. So that's a significant thing. Hey, there's my girl Bonnie Joy. So, you know, we realized we needed a solution to this. And I even, after the last bout where Norman lost so much weight and he was really sick, hey Bonnie, I mean, he had a kind of a flu. I won't go into what it does to you, but you have to imagine for somebody, hey, there's Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy girl. He lost so much weight. So stuff was just flying out of places, and it was a lot. Sorry. And and
I was real sick.
He was so sick.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
and
That's the whole story.
I remember saying to him again, just we can't live like this. If this doesn't improve, I'm taking you.
You gotta
out of
go.
this. I'm leaving. We're gonna leave this because it's not worth your whole life.
Yeah.
But thankfully, that year, we had
By the way, leaving singing, not leaving.
yeah, just leaving singing.
Just so you
Business.
say.
No.
Yeah, no.
But we had, through extraordinary sequence of events, which if any of us ever have coffee, we'll tell you the full story.
Yeah.
We ended up meeting
met some great people.
an incredible psychologist, and she's in Charleston, South Carolina. We're actually going to go see her for a follow-up in a couple of weeks. And she helped us immensely. She helped us get to sort of root problems as to why certain things were happening in here, and she has a whole team there that is magnificent. So we went there and we had these sessions, and it just it helped so much.
So, you know, and so what we basically did is that through those sessions and through kind of thinking about what we needed to do ourselves, we basically wanted to go through things that we did and changed. That helped us and that were important for us, important for me, but important for us, period, to deal with this.
You know, because, how can we say, you cannot plan for everything in your life, you know, and that's a mistake to think that you can. But there are some things you can at least prepare for.
Yeah.
And we realized with a high-pressure job, a high-stress job, and some of you who are watching are in those, and you're not singers, you know, and those of you who are singing, you know, you understand the pressure of that, of producing, of performance, of having to be on, you know, and also just living life, you know, the way it is now. It's just got a lot of pressure. We realized we had to find a way to organize our time, to plan our days, what we wanted to achieve the best that we could under the circumstances. And of course, stuff crops up. We had to go to Paris this week, you know, kind of unexpectedly. So, you know, we had to drop our plan, and we did it, you know, or we, you know, today we felt like we needed to
both,
help
by the way.
this person.
Joint sessions or one. Both.
Yeah, so
Joint and
she
one-on-one.
would work on each of us individually.
Hey, Mireille.
And
Hey,
then
Marlene.
we would also have couples ones, and it was really cool. So yeah, I've got my notes here.
Yeah. So anyway,
So I said,
these are just some things that
I've got a
helped
thing that
us.
said, you need a plan. That's what I wrote. I don't know how this top will unfold, but it'd be great to hear you guys talk about how to take care of your mental health. Dude, we're about to do that,
That's
Olivier.
what we're about to do right now. You
Right
just
there.
you just hit
Thank
it.
you for the
That's
segue,
right.
son.
That's right. You segued us right into it. Appreciate it.
Woo.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna try and
So
talk about right now.
you need a plan.
Plan.
For your mental health, for
Yep.
your physical health, for your
Yep.
spiritual health, and for your relationship health, and probably other
All the
things.
health you can think
But
of.
those are the
You
four
need a plan
things
for it.
that we
need a
say
plan for it.
you need a plan. If you're going to do this for a long-term bout.
And one of the most, I mean, it is basically what we're talking about now, but I think it's actually the most important thing of all of the things, because it affects everything else, is your mental health.
Yeah.
Because it will affect your physical health, it will affect your relationships, it will affect all of those things.
Yes.
And as a singer, you know, we need technique, we need musicality, we need all those things that we need to perform. But if our mind is not right, all that stuff breaks down.
Yes.
And so once you get past, okay, I know how to sing, I know how to work, I know how to do those things, then it's about the mind.
Yes.
And so that's what that's
And
what
I,
we're
you know,
talking
and I've said this before, but I think it's worth repeating that, you know, that every human being alive goes through trauma, right? We can't avoid that because we're here and we're in this world and it is not perfect and we get hurt. So that's not your fault.
No.
But what's your responsibility is how you're going to heal from
How
that.
you're going to take hold of it. Yeah.
And we have to do that. That is your personal responsibility to find a way to go through that so you can put it behind you. You know, you don't want to be living in your trauma every single day. And I said one of the points here is you need to even stop talking as much as you can once you've gotten it out. You know, and the thing is sometimes things crop up, but you're not living in that past junk.
Yeah.
You know, if you do that, it's just going to affect you. It's going to affect you in every way.
There's
It's
an
gonna affect you
aspect of it
physically.
that holds you there.
Yes.
It keeps you there.
Yes.
And it's not because you're going to forget everything about the past. You're not. It's not about that. And it's not about denying things. It's actually quite the opposite, is that you deal with things. It's that you deal with, it's that you confront those things.
Yeah.
And you come to terms with those things in your
Yes.
life so that you can lay them down.
Yes.
It's not that you'll forget it, but you'll lay them down there and then you can move
Yeah,
on.
because the thing is, I can't carry, you know, the traumatic things that happened to me as a teenager, and then in my 20s, and then as a singer, and then in relationships. I can't
We can carry
I
them.
can't live through that every
Yeah,
single
yeah.
day. It is too much for me. I will break down if I have to do that. So we need solutions.
Yeah.
So if you've gone through something quite heavy, please go and speak to somebody about it. Please do it.
That's number one.
Do it.
Go talk to somebody. Go talk to somebody. Hey,
I
Nancy.
just want to respond to a few comments before we
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
Elizabeth says she needs a plan
Plan
for
for
mental
mental health.
Yes, ma'am.
I get that.
You also need support from the teams you work with. They need to be
Yes.
understanding. Absolutely.
Very true.
And
100%
that's
true.
another. I think that's another whole talk is about your team.
Your team of people.
And who gets to speak into your life.
It's
That
very
is
important.
Crucial.
That's a good talk, actually, right
Yes.
there. We should do
I
that
think
one.
we need to flesh that one out.
Yeah.
Interesting and enlightening. Thank you for sharing. You're so welcome, Cynthia. And there's Dot. Thank you for sharing your thoughts
Hey,
on this
Dot.
topic. Thank you so much. Well, thank you all for being here.
Yes. Thank you for watching.
Talk is very important. Love you guys. We love you too, Nancy. Thank you.
Yes.
So, okay, back to this. Sorry.
So the first thing, you know, if there are issues that are coming up, you have anxiety or anything, go talk to somebody. That's the
Yes.
first. That's number one. Go talk to somebody.
If you're stateside, we can send you to our
Yes.
person.
Yeah, exactly.
in Europe, we're not so sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then one of the things that then helped me was that I reprioritized my time.
Oh, this was just
And
so
I
great.
reprioritized how I used my time
Yes.
and the focus of my time.
Can I just say something? I'm so proud of my husband. Like, I don't recognize him in almost every... I mean, he was amazing before, but it's like how he's chosen
I'm going
to...
to go out of the shot now.
Stop it. You can see if there's water in that little fridge. See, there's water in that little fridge.
Oh man, we don't have our glasses.
Yeah, we
See,
don't have glasses
can't-
or
we didn't-
water bottles.
I'm
And
gonna
our,
look.
and our voice lesson went over, the little fellow we were helping, so... Is there?
No.
Oh, dang it. All right.
It's just
Anyway,
a fridge.
no, but I'm just so proud of Norman that he decided, because he could have kept on going. I know, well, Honey Pie,
Tell
we
me
don't
about
have
it.
any glasses.
We have
here.
no glasses.
I know, we didn't, yeah, to match our outfits, that's right. No, but he decided to make the choice for health. And it's improved our marriage, it's improved his singing, it's improved his relationships, his stamina, everything. And so I'm just really
Yeah.
proud of him, and I just felt like I needed to say that.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
You're a real sweet person. Yeah.
All right.
No. So what I did is I basically took 3x5 cards, and I wrote a list out of 10 or 11 things that I do every day,
Yes.
and that makes me
Focus.
focus